Welcome back to the Forex Prodigy. As you can see, I'm looking at um, the British pound or the sterling and the USD, and you see I have, as usual, a few things marked on my chart. A couple things that um, I think are vital to having a successful trade. And to be honest with you guys, I was like looking at the chart, wondering, is there anything um, is there anything new for me to point out? And you know, it just was an epiphany of mine that when you are doing things the right way, when you're being honest, when you're telling the truth, you pretty much are gonna say the same thing over and over again, because the truth doesn't change, it doesn't. So the things that I have on this chart are things that I've gone over in previous videos and maybe slightly different scenarios. But to be honest with you, it's amazing to see that when you do this for a period of time, you realize that you're in fact doing the same thing over and over again, and you get a pleasure out of it because it's so predictable. Once you get to a point to where you see these basics and you believe in them, and you don't try to deviate and create your own system. Now, what I mean by that is you work with the basics. You don't try to defy the basics of trading, or if anything else, you use those rules to your advantage. And the quicker you learn to do that, the quicker things start to work for you and not against you. Now, I guess that's my little intro to this video. I think it's important. I like to guide your attention to this equation that I put up here. And basically, it's momentum plus price exhaustion equals a nice move. Okay? And I guess, I could add another element to what momentum is, but momentum is really bar location, price action. I could really put this in one word: price action, location. Okay? It's really, price action, location, plus space. All right? So how about I help us both out and narrow this down? So it's price action, location, plus space. All right? And you're going to see this in this scenario. All right? What do we have here? This is a pin bar, right? This is a pin bar bouncing off of previous resistance. As you can see here, this is a very, very significant level of resistance. All right? And what other resistance do we have on this chart? The 150 EMA. This is resistance as well, right? Price respects the 150 EMA as well as the 365 EMA. So initially, I wanted to see price kind of push up more close to this EMA, and I would have gotten in on a retracement, but price didn't retrace that far. So I decided that I would just get in the trade and not risk losing a good entry opportunity. So basically, guys, here we are. We had a nice uptrend. Price began to stall at this 150 EMA, and it created this nice wick, this nice resistance here that also bounces off this resistance over here. These are obvious levels. So since we have, first of all, a nice place for price to have high momentum, and we also have price exhaustion, I'm looking for price to give us a nice move. And a nice move will be to the high of the first bar. That's your first take profit. I mean, it will be the low or the high, depending on if you're buying or selling. But in this case, we're selling. So the low of the previous bar of the pin bar. So this is the previous bar. So this low would be my first trouble area or my first take profit area. After, if we get a close below this, then we may look to see the bottom of this. Now, right now, price is having a bit of a push. Why, guys? I'll give you a chance to look at this chart and ask yourselves, why is price having a bit of a stall right here? Okay? It's having a bit of a stall because of these bar highs. You know, none of this is a coincidence. These bar highs right here is working as resistance. Therefore, the low of this pin bar is support. So these are just minor levels, but we try to focus on more major levels when we're deciding whether to enter a trade. This is a major level, but this is in between price flip is also good to recognize because it helps you follow your trade and understand it. So this is the first video, and I just saw price bounce a bit. Could be taken out before I get a chance to move my stop to break even. If we get down to this 4,900 level, then I'm gonna look to take I'm gonna look to go to break even and see if we can get a push down here, because it is a high momentum scenario. So I think we might have an opportunity for a nice move with this momentum and price exhaustion combination that we got going on here. So I'll get you guys in on the next video. Hi there, guys. So here's just a final update on this GBP USD, and as you can see, price did exactly what we thought. It came down to this bar low, which is our first take profit area here, and I was stopped out. I wasn't stopped out. My sell limit got triggered, so I took profit at this area here, and now price has started to retrace a little bit. But honestly, since this is on a 4-hour, price may very well push back down and close below here, and if it does, there's a good chance that it'll push further down below here. But I had as you can look at that, so I had an alert set near this 4,900 area, a bit lower. But by the time I got here, it was too late to move my stop to break even, which I'm perfectly fine with. I wasn't really too sure if I would have wanted to see if price will close below here or not. But like I said, there's a chance that it could close below here, and if it does, then I'm sure we'll be headed down to this extreme low. All right, so just a final update, and remember, guys, you know, this happens often, so try to follow this equation, you know, and just check it off. Make sure you have price action at a good location, which is at the extreme highs and lows of a trend, or extreme highs and lows within a box of consolidation like this. This is within a box at the extreme high, extreme low. Make sure you have some space. You don't want to get caught in this type of situation. Nobody wants that. And make sure you have price exhaustion which are these wicks. And make sure, you know, when there are multiple wicks, that's a good indicator at the extreme high and extreme low of a trend. It's a good indication that we're ready for a price reversal. So that's something for you guys to practice, and always remember that price, when it hits that first trouble area right here, there's a chance that it could touch it and move back up. So always have your take profit set at the first trouble area, so that worst case scenario, you take profit. Best case scenario, you have the option of whether you want to take profit or move your stop to break even. Alright, so that's it for this trade. We're all closed out, finalized, and I think I'm gonna make this into a high momentum trading series. So you know, just stay tuned for the next trade, and I'll see you guys in the next video.